Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I know last week I did not post anything because I was on vacation, and as you can hear, I'm a little congested because I got a sinus infection while on vacation. Your girl been doing too much. My body's not used to it because I've been home, you know, for a whole year. Like a lot of us, we've been quarantining and the kids have not gone back to school until the end of this year. I let them start going back like as a hybrid, and your girl got a cold because my body's trying to get, you know, used to this. The week before last, we went to Great Wolf. It's a water park, indoor water park. So after we went in the water, obviously there's air conditioning in the facility. So I think that's when it all started, because when I got home later on that day, later on that week, my throat started playing games with me. And then by the time we drove 10.5 hours to Destin, Florida, your girl's throat was itching, started getting a little bit of congestion, started taking Sudafed and Theraflu, and I was pretty much good the whole trip until like towards the end of the trip. Your girl thought she had COVID. I couldn't taste nothing, knowing that sinus infections can cause your taste to go away because it's in your nose, and your throat is connected. Your nose, throat, and ear is connected. So I started taking medication, took some time to relax on the vacation, and I feel a little bit better, but I obviously still have some congestion. I'm still doing the Sudafed, still doing vapor steaming, and taking Theraflu. So, but I don't feel horrible. Like, I sound horrible, but I don't feel horrible. So we're getting there. Anyway, let's get into this Destin review. We went down there as a sponsored trip with Motel 6. It was a reintroduction for the grandparents and grandkids due to the pandemic. So that was the theme of the campaign, is to reintroduce the kids to their grandparents because they haven't seen them in a long time. Yeah, we be FaceTiming. We FaceTime almost daily, but it's not the same as embracing your loved ones, you know? So we decided to do Destin because I've never been to that part of Florida. I've been hearing a ton of things about Destin, Florida, and I just wanted to go see for myself. So we've been to Orlando, Florida to visit Disney, and I've been to Miami. So Destin, Florida, I seen a lot of people start going there with families. So I was like, oh, it's family oriented. Started doing my research on it, and I was like, okay, let's just try it out. Let's see what it's about. So my parents flew in the same day that we got there. We did a 10.5 hour ride. We left at 3 a.m. and we got there at around 3:30 p.m. The ride was smooth. It was my husband's a good driver at night, so it worked. He did the first 5.5 hours. I did the last 5 hours, and it was popping. It was popping. The kids were good. They slept most of the ride because we left at 3 a.m. So that's like the perfect time to leave my people with kids, because for some reason the night drives do better with them sleeping. So they were only up for part of the morning, then they took a nap again, and then they were up the rest of the ride. So we usually do road trips. We got 4 kids, so it's easier, it's cheaper. I'm not a big spender. The only time we'll probably do flights is if we're crunched for time and my husband can't take off a lot of days, or if we're going out of the country. Because if we could drive, we gonna drive, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm gonna give you a review on Destin, Florida. So when we got there, a tropical storm started. So all my plans that I had, itinerary, kind of got shifted, which is okay. I can go with the flow, but I also like to plan. So what we did was, the first day we got there, we went out to eat.
Still biting through it. Yeah, go ahead and get it.
Anaya felt me looking at her. You like it? How you like it? You like it, Dad?
Oh,
love it.
Oh God. Don't do that. And we went to the Boardwalk. They have a specific part of the Boardwalk near AJ's, near Motel 6. It's a place called AJ's that sells oysters and all that other stuff. We went to that part, and they have zip lining, as you can see right there. I'm gonna let y'all see exactly what the boardwalk looked like. They had zip line, they had little bungee jumping trampoline things. They had these balls where the kids can go in and walk in, and it rotates into the water. They had this game that you can hold on to the bar. If you can hold on for a minute and a half or 2 minutes, you get $100. But the trick is that the bar rotates. So as soon as you start adjusting your hands, it's a wrap. Like, my husband was 30 seconds away from winning, 15 seconds away from winning, and he couldn't do it. So Motel 6, we stayed in for 4 days. It was very, very clean, hardwood floors. We got a kitchenette room that they gave us so that if we wanted to cook breakfast or even cook lunch or dinner or whatever the case may be, we could do that. We had a huge refrigerator to store our food and a microwave. It was very roomy, very cozy. The temperature could be reset. It was perfect. It was perfect. They did not do room service throughout our stay because of COVID. They didn't want people in and out of the room, so they clean the room thoroughly and sanitize it after the people leave. So it's up to you to keep your room clean and make up your bed. All right, so we got there. The first place we went out to eat was Fat Boys. Right here, you can see we got burgers. The burgers were great. They were homemade burgers, fresh French fries. Like, it was good. Everybody enjoyed it. So after that it started pouring raining, so we went back to the room and we just relaxed the rest of the night. That was our first day because a lot of us was tired after flying in and driving in. So the second day, it was pouring raining again. The good thing about the storm, the tropical storm, was it was raining and then it would stop, raining and then it stopped. Like, most of Florida's weather is like that, but it was different because it was a tropical storm. The winds were bad. The waves were riptide in the ocean, so it was you have to be very, very careful going into the ocean at this time. So what we did the next day was, I had plans on going to the Gulfarium, because Destin, Florida is still part of the Gulf. It's right after Mississippi, and you know, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, we're all part of the Gulf of Mexico, right? So it's still part of the Gulf. And what we did was we went to the Gulfarium. It's an aquarium, but it's called Gulfarium, whatever. So we went to go see the dolphins. We got poured on while we was watching the dolphin show, and then we had to go inside. After 10 minutes, I'm so happy we stayed and we didn't leave. We kind of walked through the rest of the Gulfarium. What does that bring? Oh my God, you're ugly. You are ugly. Oh, I know, you're kind of pretty. You look like you got a nice dress on. Wow. A little dress.
Somebody took inspiration off of that fish.
Look at that fish. It looks like he has like he's about to go dance.
Angelfish. Oh, it is an angel. It's Dory.
Where's Dory? Angelfish. There goes Dory.
There's a lot of Dories.
I never find Nemo. We always find Dories. These are Nemos.
Oh yeah, Nemo. That's Nemo.
They got the gold. They got the
Nemo.
They got Nemo.
Mhm.
Right there. What do they got? Crawfish.
These are Nemo.
Look, they got Nemo. Okay.
This is clownfish.
That these Nemo?
After they looked at all the fishes, we found Dory. We seen Nemo, the clownfish. We saw all that. It stopped raining finally, so we went and was able to look at all the other animals in the Gulfarium because it stopped raining. So we saw the sea lions, we saw the penguins, we saw the pelicans, we saw all that, and we got to see the beach too because the beach was right there. I love the beach. So because it was nice for that moment, because we know it's a tropical storm the whole weekend, we had to take advantage of the beach because Joseph has not seen the beach since he was a baby and he doesn't remember. So this is the whole point of us going down to Destin as well, is so Joseph can see the beach, because this beach is nicer than the beach in Galveston. I live in Texas. I used to live in Houston. I went to Galveston. The water is disgusting. It's disgusting. I know people that grew up there, that's normal to you, but that's not normal to me. I thought New York water was bad, but this is just, ugh, it was disgusting. So coming from a child that grew up going to out of the country on trips, I have gotten spoiled going to the West Indies, different islands that have beautiful water, coming from that background. You know, it's just different. So it's hard getting in dirty water when you're used to like going to nice water beaches, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we went to the beach and Joseph was in his world. All right, come on. He put his feet in the sand. He loved the sand. What I will say is that the beach is magnificent, and we will be back to do more beach days over there. He went in the water. He enjoyed the water. He wanted to go deeper, and I had to keep pulling him apart because I had to explain to him you could get, even with us being at the shore because of the tropical storm, you could get washed away easily. The waves were harder than usual, and I had to keep hold of him because I didn't want my baby to go drown. You know, I didn't want him to go into the water. So he couldn't understand that, so he was getting aggravated. So we played in the sand, we played football, he made a little sand castle, we shoveled. We didn't have our swimsuits on because we were not planning to go to the beach that day. But I was happy that he got some of his beach day in because we wasn't sure what the rest of the week was gonna be like. After that, we went out to eat. My parents and the kids went to Bubba Gump Shrimp Co., and they did not have the best service. My father's food was cold, and when he told the server that his food was cold, he was like, what you want me to do about it? Like the worst customer service ever. The Waffle House, we went earlier that day to the Waffle House further down the strip, and the service was terrible. They had one black lady in there serving everybody, like they set her up for failure. And she couldn't remember everything. The food was not getting out as it should. Some of the people were eating in our group, and some of the people didn't get their food until the other people were finished eating. It was a mess. It was a mess. So we didn't go back to our Waffle House, and we didn't go back to Bubba Shrimp Co. because both of them were very unprofessional. And that was that. After that, the next day, we started off our day. Now we're at Sunday. We started off our day going to the beach. We went to the beach. So we went to the beach because it was beautiful. It was sunny in the morning. I was like, let's take advantage of it. Let's get our bathing suits on. So before we went to the beach, I had to take pictures because it was beautiful out. I needed to take pictures with the Motel 6 sign because that's part of my campaign. So I made everybody get into their matching bathing suits because everybody that came had these green matching bathing suits that I coordinated, and I made them take pictures in front of the pool so that we can get some footage for Motel 6.
Into the thick of it. Yeah. Into the thick of it. Yeah. Into the thick of it. Yeah. We're jumping through the bush. On and on we push. That way. Into the thick of it. But we can't see where we're going.
And then Joseph got in the pool, Junior got in the pool, I got in the pool, and my husband got in the pool. Later on, the girls got in the pool too. So the pool was very clean. It had leaves in it because we was at a tropical storm, but for the most part, very, very clean, very, very clear water. When we got to the beach, Joseph was able to do his sand castles, really enjoy the water. We sat near the shore. Brianna found seashells. We buried Junior. We had a marvelous time. I had the tent up. And we only enjoyed about an hour and a half to 2 hours of the beach because it started thundering. We seen the sky getting dark, and we packed up our stuff and went to Angler. Angler's right on the beach. They had Sunday brunch, and the food was magnificent. We all had, me, my brother, Anaya, and my father had the shrimp and grits, which was marvelous. My mom and Bree had French toast. Joseph had him some eggs, grits, bacon, pancakes, and my husband had chicken and waffles, and Junior had his meal. I forgot what he had. Our last day before leaving, we went to celebrate Brianna's birthday. And we'll see you next time.